Hey up, me ducks, it's Simon here. Welcome to the Hermit's Cave. I think it's 4. Waiting for the bongs. There we go. They're not very loud today. Sometimes you can hear them really loudly, sometimes not. Hi Jen, let me just see, let's pop open the chat and see. I'll have a look on my iPad. I can see things a lot easier then. Wow, you guys are on it. So we've got Caroline, Wild One, Emma, Jilly, we've got Kimberly, Selkie, Viola, Lynn, Diane, the other Jen, good to see you. We have George, hello from Spain, nice to see you, or Jorge. Celia, Jen, and Crystal. Hello, Andrea. Good to see you. Tycon, Anna, Jackie, Maharet, Spiritfire, Robin's here, and TikTok. So hello and welcome to everybody. Welcome to Cup of Catch Up and Cards. It's quite uncanny, really, that Jackie's here. Well, no, it's not, because Jackie's often here, but she's my channel shout out for this week. I've just been watching some of Jackie's stuff this afternoon, and I've asked our Elle when she arrives, it doesn't look like she's here yet, whether she will drop the link in to Jackie's channel for me. Now, Jackie reached out to me a week or so ago and said she would like to be interviewed. So that will be happening soon. I'm just trying to get a bank of people together first so I can schedule them in. And then she sent me the link to her channel. Didn't realise she'd been making content for a couple of months. But she has, and I've been thoroughly enjoying it. The one I've just watched, Jackie, is you talking about the pips from Ace through to 10, which was really interesting. How's my cold? Do you know, Robin? Oh, and there's Al putting the link into Jackie's channel. So thank you, Al. My cold is okay in the day. It is the night times I am really struggling with. So I am exhausted because as soon as I lie down, I start coughing and then I start choking. And I'm aware, sometimes I'm so tired, I'm aware I'm coughing and coughing in my sleep. And then I sit upright because I think I'm going to vomit because I start to retch. I've never had a cold like this before. Normally I get a full-blown cold, I'm cough, snotty nose, everything else. A week later, you know, I'm fine. But this has just been a gradual thing. It's very dry. But anyway, I got some supplies. So I've got my Albus oil nasal. And that really helps with the sinuses. And our Sandra sent me one of these. We think it's about 18 months ago last time I had a cold. And she sent me one. And it just really clears the nasal passages instantly. And then for my chest, I got some Vicks Vapor Rub. And everybody's telling me, even my sister, to put some on the bottom of my feet, put some socks on when I go to bed, because apparently it works wonders. Note to everybody out there, and note to self, don't do what I just did, which was I've just been and got it and I rubbed it all into my chest and then thought, oh, I'm live in 10 minutes. I'll just have a quick wee. Wash your hands first. Stops your eyes from leaking, seriously. If it's not bad enough having a cold, the next thing you want to do is feel like you're on fire, where in places where you don't want to feel like you're on fire. Oh my gosh, Simon, that's the worst. How in hell did you get my horrible Christmas cold all the way over there? I still think your energy is here, Jen, in more ways than one. You left an imprint when you came over. I love those nasal inhalers. They're really, really good. You can get spray ones and stuff, but I don't like the idea of spraying anything up my nose. I can't even have water go up my nose. So these, I don't think it is sinusitis, TikTok, because my sinuses aren't sore. I just think it's a cold, but normally I can go about half an hour before I get a coughing fit. It's almost like I can feel it building up. But I've got also some immune vitamin C tea, which again, Sandra sent me when I was ill last time, 18 months ago. I'm not one for cough medicines or anything like that, but the vitamin C immune tea is really good. It's a green tea, and it's really nice, and it helps to keep my throat lubricated as well. My work colleagues told me that. I never tried it though. Yeah, I haven't before, but darling Jill, in between your toes for sinuses and balls of heels for your chest. Okay. Oh no, Simon, you didn't. Oh yes, Jen, I did. Poor little Simon. Yeah, laughing so much is sulky. Yeah, I wanted to laugh. I find it helps to put Vic on the back of your throat. How do you do that? It stops cough. How do you put it down on the back of your throat? I'm sure it says not to be ingested. Inhalation for adults and rub in adults and children over 2 years. Read packet leaflet before use. Do not swallow or place in nostrils. Yeah. Put it on your soles of your feet and put your socks on. Yes, that's what I was saying. So I'm going to try that tonight when I go to bed. I'm so impressed you're still doing CCT. It's nice of you to bring us all together still. And there's Dan. Hey guys, just on the metro on my way home from the city centre. Dan's going to be doing a live tonight. I was going to mention it at the end, but I can mention it now. He's going live. Guess what time I finish, which is about 5:30. But he's going to go on at 6. So hopefully we can hop over to Dan's channel later as well. Can see me. Anna Astral Lady. Can Simon see me? I can, Anna. Sorry if you've said something and I've missed it. I do apologise. Hermit's Cave, on the back of your tongue, I meant. I don't think you can. I think it's just for external use. Oh, back of your neck. Yeah, I could understand back of your neck. That's a good idea. Back of your neck. Yep, my mum just swallows a hunk. Let me read this properly. Yep, my mum just swallows a hunk when she can't stop coughing. This isn't Becca's chat, Jen. Swallows a hunk, Jen. Send him my way when she's finished with him. Can't listen as I'm on the metro, but wanted to say hi. I bet he's watching with the sound off. I would be if I was on the metro. Take a hot pot water, put Vicks in it, then put a towel over your head. Yeah, my sister said to try that as well, so I might do that. But I don't feel bunged up. It is literally this irritating dryness. And when I'm laying down and going to sleep, it's like there is something stuck in my throat. You know, when you have something stuck and you make that retching to try and get it out. Weird. And it's gross. So let's move on from colds. I'm serious. A chunk of Vicks. Oh. Well, I didn't swallow it. It says not to. I so play by the rules. It says not to. Fisherman's cough drops are good. Yes. Although I'm still kind of trying to be careful about sugary things with being diabetic, and also I'm back on my healthy eating plan since New Year. I'm trying to not go for the sugary sweet kind of things like that. Simon, your heart chakra needs you to say something. Your heart chakra needs you to say something. What does it need me to say? Sure, my heart chakra doesn't want to say something to me. That might help. My aunt swears by oil of oregano. Soak a cotton swab and stick it up your nose and rub it around. Repeat on the other side. I haven't tried it yet. Okay, I'll let you try it first, Jen. Let us all know, and then we'll take it from there. It could be a viral infection. Keep an eye on it, though. You're looking great, though. And do you know what? I don't feel ill with it. I do first thing in the morning because I'm exhausted. And I'm still carrying on doing everything because I think sometimes you just have to, with a cold, it's like, you know, you eat the same. The last thing you want to do is not eat when you've got a cold. But my mum used to drill it into me, feed a cold and starve a fever, which means you don't starve people who have fevers, but if you feed a cold, it starves the fever. So I've always remembered that, and I try and have lots of soup and, you know, nice, wholesome, filling and stuffy kind of food. Your voice wants you to say what your heart needs. I'll have to do some introspection then later to find out what my heart wants to say. Feed a cold, starve a fever. Exactly, Jen. You've heard it too. A whiskey a day. I have got some whiskey in the cupboard, actually, left over from, well, my mum gave it me at Christmas. She always buys it. I think one year I must have said, oh, I just fancy a whiskey. I like it with ginger ale. So every year she buys a bottle of whiskey and hardly gets touched. So she said, oh, you may as well take this with you. We don't drink it. And it just sits in the cupboard. But I could have some inside a tea or something. Measure it out. Sin it. Have a shot before bed. It's fab, Simon. I might tonight. I might put a little shot either in a coffee or some tea. Your mum is the key to your need. My dad always had a whiskey mac. Whiskey mac? I'm not sure what that is. Brandy is good for a cold too. Yeah, so. Anyway, so, channel shout out, Jackie Zivna. I hope I'm pronouncing your surname correctly. I don't know if it's Zivna or Zivna, but it's a very unusual name. Lovely Irish lady. And there'll be an interview coming soon. So, but just to get yourself familiar with her first, do check out her channel and give her some love and support. I also wanted to give a shout out for the channel series that Kelly Bear and Becca, I almost said Tarot Night Owl, Becca Intuition Tarot, are doing together, which is around the literary witches study. And it starts, they did an intro just before Christmas, but it starts next Wednesday. We're not sure of time. I did try and glide Becca before coming live just to find out what time it is, but she's obviously out. But it will either be 8 p.m. or 9 p.m. Becca won't be doing her live at 9 p.m, but so it could be that time, or it could be because she's on at 8, because Kelly normally likes to do around 8 p.m. But yeah, have a look on, it's on Kelly Bear's channel, so have a look, and I'm sure something will go up near a time. But that's starting next Wednesday as well. Whilst I have been hermiting, and apologies I've not been online much this week, I have been kind of making sure, even though I said I'm carrying on doing what I'm doing, I'm going to work and everything. Because of my sleep patterns, I have been crashing, and the amount of lives I've been in this week and haven't made it even halfway through because I've just been falling asleep. What I have been doing is reading and watching stuff and just, you know, pulling a slanket around me with a mug of tea or coffee and just, you know, doing some self-care. But a couple of things I wanted to mention. Last week I showed this book. Do you remember me showing it? The Boy, the Mole, the Fox and the Horse. I've read it and it is absolutely beautiful. I've got the bookmark in that page which says, oh, I remember what page it was, but I bet I can't turn to it now. Oh dear. What is the bravest thing you've ever said? Asked the boy. Help, said the horse. And it's one of those books, it took me 22 minutes to read. It's a beautiful hardback book. The artwork in it, as I showed you last week, is absolutely breathtaking. It's one of those books that you can sit and read from cover to cover and it doesn't take long. But you can just open it up as well and just read the message on the inside. So isn't it odd? We can only see our outsides, but nearly everything happens on the inside. And it's just beautiful, really, really beautiful. So I think I'm going to buy many copies of this and gift them for birthdays, and because it is such a treasure, it's such a gem. So yeah, I've read that and I just wanted to give an update on it because last Saturday I bought it and I came home from being out from shopping and mentioned it, but now I've read it, I can just testify to how wonderful it is. That just put tears in my eyes. Hi, Kelly Bear. Oh, Kelly's here. I've just been talking. Oh, Kelly, you can answer the question then. Hello, by the way. And can we give Kelly a happy belated birthday? It was Kelly's birthday yesterday. So happy birthday for yesterday, Kelly. But I've just been giving a shout out to your literary witches study, which is starting next Wednesday. But we wasn't 100% sure at the time. It was 8 p.m. or 9 p.m. So if you could let everybody know, that would be great. So, and your celebrations are still ongoing. Kelly's been out most of yesterday, most of today. She's going out tonight, 9 p.m. Okay, 9 p.m. next Wednesday. So it would be the slot that Becca would be on, but obviously it's over at Kelly's channel for the first kind of study. So yes. So we heard it from the horse's mouth now. I'm off to the cinema later too. Yes, I know you are. So, okay, so I've mentioned the channel shout out. I mentioned Literary Witches Study next Wednesday. Dan's live at 6 p.m. over at Payne du Vale. The book. And then I've been watching Years and Years. I just wanted to mention this. This is fantastic. It was shown. It was shown on TV in the UK last year. It is written by, his name's just gone straight out my head, Russell T Davies, who is responsible for Queer as Folk, Bob and Rose, The Second Coming. He did Cucumber, Banana. He also was responsible, him and Stephen Moffat, for bringing back Doctor Who 15 years ago. And he's just amazing. I've not seen anything that he's done that I've been like, I just think is brilliant. And Years and Years, hello, Mystical Melissa. Years and Years is about a family, and it starts off in present day, and then it goes through the years. It's only in 6 episodes, so Donald Trump gets a second term. Technology advances, so things like Alexa and things that we're starting to see now really developing, and it is quite a scary, I was going to say alternative reality that could happen, but as you're watching it, you're thinking, this is the way the world is going, how political parties that are extreme are getting in across the world. This is our leader who wins the election, I think in 2024. The end of the first episode is played by Emma Thompson, a goddess, Emma Thompson, and what's his name? Russell Tovey is in it as well. He's a very well-known actor in the UK. He was in an American show called Looking, but it's scary. 3 days before the end of Donald Trump's second term, he drops a nuclear bomb on an island outside China, and there's the ramifications of that, and then it brings in immigration, it brings in all sorts of stuff, but it's about this one family and how they are dealing with the world as it's becoming. So it says here, one family fighting the future. But it's brilliant. It is so well acted. The disc is moving around on the inside and it bugs me when that happens. So I've got disc 2 here because disc 1 is in the player. But yeah, if you haven't watched it, I can highly recommend Years and Years. It has you gripped. Double bite your tongue. Double bite your tongue. Is it still available for, is it available for streaming? I haven't seen it on Netflix, but Selkie said it was on BBC. See, I thought it was Channel 4, but I could be wrong. It's by Studio Canal, so it could be BBC, but I'm sure it will be, or order the DVD. Get a multi-region version. So that's that. Now, what I want to do is, I've got a few things to show you, but there's a request from our Elle, and she wanted me to do a an updated version of Tarot Shelf, and I was like, I just can't. My deck collection has got that large now. I can't bear the thought of taking every deck off and going through it. And Elle's mum said as well, you need to do it in like 3 parts. So what I thought, bite your tongue, get the re-elected soul bull bite. He drops the bomb. Oh, Jilly, you'll have to glide me after. I don't know what you're talking about. But not currently on iPlayer. It was on BBC, but not currently on iPlayer. Okay, so you might just have to buy the DVD, but it's really good. And it's kind of a glimpse of the future that could quite easily happen if a set of circumstances are allowed to play out. But and I'm not going to give too much away, the underlying message through all this is that it's down to us. Because at the end, Anne Reid's character, who she's such a talented actor, her character gives this talk to her family, and she said, we did this. We did it. We stood by and allowed this to happen. We stood by and did nothing. And, you only have to look back through awful atrocities through history and see that a lot that happened because ordinary folks allowed it to and did nothing. And we don't think we have power, and actually it's exactly what we've got. But unity is strength. People need to come together really to have a big voice. It's on HBO in America. Okay, so thank you, Alexa, for that. My Alexa's just lit up when I said that. Hi, Brant. We can absolutely not allow it, but it's down to the people, isn't it? Okay, we could argue about corruption and rigging and all that sort of stuff, but if there's enough people not allowing it, then it makes it harder. It counts on people working together and not letting government and big corps getting away with things. Yes, absolutely. So, do you want a quick condensed version of Tarot Shelf? Would you like to have a look at these 25 cubes? Kind of just what's in each one rather than going through all the decks. Because otherwise, there's no point me telling you that Dan's on at 6 o'clock because I'll be 3rd cube along out of 25. Yes, says Jilly. Love your necklace. Thank you. It's got a Celtic design on each side, and it's Preseli Bluestone, which is the stone that Stonehenge, the centre stones from Stonehenge is made of. I've got a Preseli Bluestone skull as well, which is adorable. Okay, so what I will apologise for. Who wouldn't want to see your cubes? I will apologise for the shakiness of camera because it's going to be handheld. I want to show you this little section first as well, so bear with. Okay, so let's turn you around. So firstly, here's my notes, look of stuff to talk to you about. There's you guys all chatting away. See what I mean, how it highlights for me when you put my name like Kelly's done, so it stands out to me. these are my 5 favourite decks currently, which are always out on my working space, which is here. There's my little reading cloth that I bought from Peggy. So here we have This Might Hurt Tarot. We have Light Seers. We have New Choice Tarot de Marseille. We have Anna Kay. And we have Pagan Otherworlds. In this one, we have the Rider Deluxe, which is the gold edged Rider Waite, which I love. We have 5 cent, because these are the 2 that I'm working with morning and evening. So they're out on my table here as well. Just in here, we've got the Slow Tarot. We have Deviant Moon. We've got things like my Groovy Weight. We've got Druid Craft and Druid Craft Trimmed. We've got an Oracle deck there, which is my Roots and Wings. And then we've got things like, what's it called? Try to remember all the names. My Soul Cards 1 and 2. And then that's the project where we're working on Soul Cards 3 with Deborah. Just here is all my playing card type decks. All kind of like little fortune cards, things like that. They're all listed there. There's my little treasure shelf for things that people have bought me, like Jen from Science to Soul, her angel. Diane Jaraki brought me that angel for my birthday. That's my bowl that you hear when I do my meditations and stuff, which is the crown chakra, artwork. Yeah, and just there's Pixie up at the top, and things like that. But I'm not showing you that. I'm showing you tarot shelf. So, dum dum dum. Oh dear. I'm like, why did I agree to do this? This is going to take forever. I need my tea as well, so have a sup of my tea. If you are sending comments, I might not see them because on the phone, it only shows 2 things at a time. That's why I prefer the iPad, especially in landscape mode. So, first cube is my Il Meneghello collection. Going right back to one of the early 1990 ones, which is the Visconti Sforza. That was easy for me to say. And then I've got things like Soprafino, La Corte dei Tarocchi. I've got some Eturias, Neoclassico, those type of decks. So that's my Il Meneghello section. This is chocker. This is RWS decks. Everything from a little mini yellow box, vintage. Brandt tells me that that's quite rare, quite hard to get. So obviously holding on to that. CS Tarot. These are my Blushing Fools in these blue boxes here. And then I had a tin made to protect them. Rider Waite, Pamela Coleman Smith Tarot, Royal Fez. This is the one that's in the bag that I told you about, which is the Rider Tarot Deluxe, the gold edged one. And then I've got things like University Books one, the Golden Rider. I've got 2 copies of that, 2 different versions, both English though. I did have a German one that I got rid of, French one, sorry. Yeah, and then my premium ones. So this all sorts, the Borderless, Centennial. I mean, there are others dotted around because I can't fit them all in here. So I've got things like Universal and Radiant in other places as well. The next 3 are kind of like a lot of my favourite decks. So I have these displayed rather than shoved in tight, like down there, for example. So these have a little bit, they have a spotlight on them and a bit of room to breathe. So we've got the Baba Studios ones. Do you like my little Ness? My little Loch Ness? I got this when I was with Elaine in Edinburgh. We went to Edinburgh for the day and I bought that. I loved it. So my Baba Studios, I've got my Dame Darcy. There's the 78 Mystical, Tower of the Holy Light, Mystic Mondays, Naked Heart, both versions of the Luminous Void. So big at the back there and the little one here. And then I've got my Golden Thread tarot as well there, which was my first plastic deck. Here we go into, we've got some, I like these. This is the Perrin and the Solar Busca, which is by Giordano Berti. You get those gold lame bags, a little handwritten note. This is why I can't do things one-handed. I'm making a mess. Carnal at the End of the World, casting a shadow as well. The Beatles at the back, Crystal Unicorns. There's my Slow Tarot. Spolia, the original Ethereal Visions by Matt Hughes. He gifted that to me. Fountain Tarot, whatever. I shouldn't be so awful about the Fountain Tarot. The original first edition Sasarabito. And then I've got my two versions, or both versions, I should say, of the Prisma Visions. And then, talk about pop culture. We've got Beatles there. We've got the David Bowie. Now that's the big box set. I can't even get that out. It's huge. You can see how far it goes back. The huge deluxe version. Lily Black and Lily White. We've got This Might Hurt. Two versions of Pagan Otherworlds. Vintage Erotic. And these were sent to me as well. The Vintage Erotic Tarot and the sister deck, which is Bloodbread. Bloodbread I really like, actually. I don't use it as much as I should. And then here we've got the Darkness of Light. And we have the True Black Tarot and Akulia Kotate, which I showed you last week. So that's there. I'm already starting to get a bad back. Gets a little bit darker now. So we've got my little note to the trolls. Do not feed me. Do not feed the trolls. And these boxes I've showed before, these 5 boxes each have a RWS deck within them. We've got the Raincoast Tarot decks. I'm not going to tell them all because I can't get to them all. And it's just kind of an idea. So we've got like the Cat Tarot, Mother Peace, Anna K. That's the mass-produced Anna K version. And then New Vision, we've got Vice Versa, Before and After. This one is the Da Vinci Enigma Tarot, Golden Tarot, and the Mystical Dream Tarot. Affirmations, Spirit Keepers Tarot. Now, I am letting this one go because I don't use it. It is the original version. I'm open to swaps or things for this, but yeah, I think it's time that it moved on. And then Tarot Grand Lux, which Jen bought me when she came to England. Oh, I'm knocking things off. Here, we've got both Radiant Wise Spirits, 2 copies, I should say, not both. There's only one version. The Next World Tarot, this beautiful black and gold RWS, which I love. Anna Torian's Hidden Waters Tarot. Then a couple of mini Visconti Tarot. I bought that with Kelly Bear. I was actually looking for the full gilded one. And then the Klimt mini, which I believe Robin sent to me. Mythical Creatures by Baba Studios is at the back there. And then we have the El Goliath as well there, which I love. In this one, oh, There's so much. There's the Visconti, Sforza and Madrone that were released by US Games, Carey Ale. Wheel of Fortune Tarot. We've got, in this one, this is just a Scottish shortbread tin. And again, it reminds me of my trip to Scotland last year. But while I was there, Elaine gifted me a tarot deck. And it fit perfectly. And it's the Phantasmagoric Tarot. Which is great. So, and it fit just in the tin. So I put it in there so I'd always remember as well how I came by it. Oswald Worth, there's a giant at the back there, Radiant Wise. Both of the New Choice Tarot de Marseille. I've got 2 copies of that. This one at the back was when I went into, let's put it here a second, Linda Ravenscroft's shop in Glastonbury, and I met her, and this is one of her designs in the tin, and one of her silk pouches, and that's the photograph from when I met her, which was really lovely. So I bought her oracle and put it in one of her bags. There's a little crystal in there as well. So I put the oracle there in one of her bags and her tarot deck in one of her bags. I did buy the mass produced as well because I wanted the big book that goes with that. So I'll show that in a little while when I get to it. This that you've all seen is the Alchemical Visions. I'm struggling, guys. And then the Divine Diversity Tarot deck. That was over £100, that was. It's huge. That's upside down, I don't know why. The Tarot de Marseille. And then we have this as well, which isn't a Thoth deck, although it's called that. But it's where, as you can see, like here, it's where a lot of the inspiration was taken from for the Deck of the Bastard, which I absolutely love, the Tarot de Italia. Excuse me. Here we have Mother Peace, Wild Unknown. We have the Japaridze, both versions of the Urban Tarot. So Mass and Indie, and I keep it in the bag. Behind there's Druid Craft, Druid Animal and Druid Plant. There's Numinous, which Kelly Bear bought me. Modern Spellcasters. 2 versions of the Arthurian Tarot. We have Everyday. 2 versions of Druid Craft as well, because I trimmed both. One with borders at the bottom, and one completely trimmed. And then Forest of Enchantment at the top. Also have Nicoletta Ciccoli squeezed in there as well. This one doesn't have any tarot decks other than what's in the box, which in this one is the Royal Fez Moroccan. But this has my moon gazing hair, my crystal ball, which is on these broomsticks, moon gazing hair, and it's got a little Ouija board at the back, not the full size one of mine. I left that at Becca's to collect next time. And then I've got a little cauldron, some planchettes, a picture of Pixie from the Raincoast, and then Twist the Leaf sent me the Krampus figure here. I forget what they're called now, but my little Krampus guy was sent to me. And then my business cards. That's where I keep my Blushing Fool in my Hermit's box. The hair that Libby printed for me. Still blows my mind when I say that. And then down here are well, there's Morph. Let's move him out of the way. Custom made boxes with decks in. So I've got a Deviant Moon, my Deck of the Bastard, Japaridze, Gil Tarot, Pamela Coleman Smith's Tarot, and Slow Holler box. And there are decks behind there, guys. Mystical Fairy Tarot. So that's the Linda Ravenscroft Tarot that I said I'd put in the box. Glastonbury right at the top there. Hope you can see it. And then the Lost Code, Green Witch, Everyday Witch. Oops. And then the Witch's Tarot and the Celtic Tarot. And I've had a new Celtic Tarot arrive today, which you'll see shortly. Okay, how many have I done? I've done 5, 10, 11, and 25. We're getting there. So, Cosmic Tribe, Mystical Manga, the little Everyday Tarot, the little mini one. We've got Spirit Within, just there as well underneath. We have the Indie Anarchy, which I prefer out the two. We have Beautiful Creatures, first and second edition. The second edition has that beautiful purple gilding edge. One of 2 copies of the Everyday Enchantment Tarot by Poppy Payne. The Buddha Tarot by Robert M. Place. Robert M. Place's Tarot of the Saints. Robert M. Place's Tarot of Vampires. And then above we have Connolly Tarot, Oswald Worth Tarot, Albano Waite, and Tarot of Drura. Ancestral Path Tarot. I'll pop that back. We have the Little Laughing Eye, Weeping Eye, Tarot of Alchemical Magnum Opus. These are the Robert M. Place, are all in this cubby hole. The Marziano Tarot, Alchemical Tarot, Sevenfold Mystery. We also have the Vampire Tarot Z slid in there as well. Another Robert M. Place there, which is the Raziel. And we have the Sacred Circle Tarot on top. Almost got missed there. Kelly Bear, we have Tarot of the Magical Forest. We have the Quick and Easy Tarot. Any else I'm missing? Yes, we've got the Raphaelite Tarot and the Mystical Tarot. I haven't been to Sam in ages. Sam. Okay, a couple of decks missing there because they're down there ready for Throwback Thursday. But it's very dark. I could do with a light, really. Here we've got the Tarot Sirene and we've got the Marshmallow, 5-cent, mass-produced tarot and indie version there for the light seers. We have the Dreams of Gaia Pocket. I got rid of the full-size one. The Way Home Tarot. And then we have the regular Dark Mansion Tarot, as well as the one in the box, the Dark Mansion Tarot in the box. We have Osho Zen, Wisdom Seekers, Animal Wisdom Tarot, Tarot of Dreams by Ciro Marchetti, Halloween Tarot, and Crystal Power Tarot. Up at the top, we have Musterberg, and the one down below, I can't see what it is. I can cover that up there now. The one underneath, let's have a look. Oh, it's my Daniloff Tarot. I did want the earlier version of that, but that's the only one that's available. Musterberg and, oh yes, here we have the Bianco Nero and pop them back. Spirit Song, Cat People, Golden Tarot, and what's this one? Oh, my Vanderboer. Yeah, I love this tarot. I haven't had this out for ages. Oh, I must remember that afterwards. I might have a play with that later. This section is my Deviant Moon section. And we've got a Deviant Moon treat today as well. So everything, more or less, that he's done. So is cartes de visite, which are his cabinet cards, which I love. We have the Royal Mischief playing cards, the indie version that he released first. The other version is with the playing cards on the desk. We have the Abandoned Oracle, and then the original Trionfi della Luna, which was a Major Arcana set only. And this was gifted to me when I first met Sandra, and there's my tattoo. That's exactly the tattoo I had on my arm. Then we've got his 5, there are more versions because there's lots of different coloured versions, but I've got the Trionfi della Lune, which is the French version. No, Trionfi della Luna, sorry, which is the Italian version. Triomphes de la Lune, which is the French version. And then I have the English version and the Paradoxical and the Paradoxical Rose. At the back there, you'll see 2 bordered versions of Deviant Moon and 2 borderless versions of Deviant Moon. We then have the Black Enchantment in regular and blood red. And we have some beautiful bags. Look at that were handmade. And my little Seance edition has fallen over, but that's my Mildred Payne pocket oracles there. I'm going to leave this out actually because inside this is my little cute Kelly pouch, the Diddy one that she gifted to me when she came to stay last summer for the pocket oracle. And now I've got a bigger one, which I'm going to do a comparison with. I'm going to be buying another one from her. So I've got the matching set. This is just chucked in with all sorts of decks. Got my little mini shrine there with the goddess, a crystal and a light. I have that lit almost all the time I'm at home. I love having that little shrine lit up. But it's got things like fate shifters, what's it called? Oh, well, there's my smallest tarot in the world that Jen from Science to Soul sent me. Housewives Tarot, Vampire Tarot, Crow Tarot, Shaman Caselli. There's the only one of 2 Thoth decks I own. I thought I might get on with this better than the original Thoth. Nope. And then I have things like the Golden Age of Hollywood Tarot, the Charles Dickens Tarot, all sent to me by the creator. He's the guy who did the Beatles Tarot. And then we have the William Shakespeare Tarot as well, which is in a bag. Gilded Tarot, Tarot of the Old Path, Hidden Realms, Tarot in Wonderland, the Madrone that was on Kickstarter last year, Llewellyn, Line Strider, and Otherkin actually in there. Sorry, it's really cramped, isn't it? But there's over 400 decks, guys. Are you still okay watching this? Do you want me to carry on, or shall we just say we've seen enough? Because I don't want it to become boring. I'm having an epiphany. I'll have to read that back. Okay, I'm having an epiphany. I keep all my tarot, crystals, etc. stuff upstairs. I need to spread the love all around the house. It'll bring me... Yes! Carry on. Please keep going. I can't believe you guys actually enjoy this. Down here is where they all start to... The ones I don't use as often, they all start to get kind of shoved. But I'm just trying to spot... There's lots of... there's all my tarot collectible decks. So the Groovy, the Trippin, both winter tarot. I've got my Fleur Noirs, so my Dodal, my Noblet, my John Noblet L. Yeah, they're all there, my Marseille decks. This is an unusual, oh, and the Vivial is at the back there too. This is an unusual tarot deck. One of my most unusual tarot, which is the Mutation Tarot. Haven't used it for a long while, but it's really long, like bookmarks, but they're all mutated kind of alien looking people. There's things like the Happy Tarot, the White Sage Tarot, Illuminati. Kelly was on about that on her channel the other day. Little Prince, Nicoletta Ciccoli, Sheridan Douglas, Luna Sol. We've got the Parallel Worlds Tarot, which I love actually. My Dodal, sorry, I've just covered the camera. How long was that for? The Dodals, Major only, and the full Dodal Tarot there. This is the Tarot of the Master, which was done by My Lucky Card, Real at My Lucky Card, also known as Arcans du Tarot Kabbalistique, but love these. So it's the borderless version of the Oswald Worth, basically. And then, if you remember, I cut my own out of the book. So I put them in there as well so that they're all together. But that's probably why. I'll have to sort this out afterwards. I'm making a mess. What else is down here? Ancient Italian. Gil Tarot, I've got 2 of them. My Efflorescent Tarot. Oh, there's just so many, I can't even see them all. TV series. Le Grand Circus, the Cathar Tarot, the Delos Tarot up at the top. Sadly, it's only the 2nd edition, but nothing else to be said about that. In this section, I've got How to Deal Tarot, which is the Circo Tarot that was rebranded for Urban Outfitters. Crystal Visions, if you can see it. Crystal Visions. Then we have I can never pronounce this. Again, I bought this in Scotland. It's the Magical Tarot. Mibrimig. It is so weird, but it's wonderful. Got the Gay Tarot, the St. Jinx Arcana XXX edition. Tarot of the Zircus Magi. Now, I traded that with Patrick from In the 78 Cards for a very rare RWS deck. Regretted it instantly when I realised about what was to come later, but we won't go into that either. My first ever tarot from 1987. This isn't the original, but it's the 1JJ Swiss. Crystal Tarot, Fairy Tarot. That's the Hermetic Tarot. I can tell without even turning it around. Robin Wood, and there's an Egyptian tarot there that was sent to me. Hesychos, John Bauer, Pagan Tarot, New Era Elements, the Romany Bookland. So somebody asked me about this. It was Justin Michael. This is the version. I said I'll try and find it out and show you, and I forgot, sorry. But this is the version that I've got. You was asking about it. Everything's going to fall backwards. Yeah, I've lost one behind. Gil Tarot. Another Gil Tarot. Sacred Rose. Stretch Tarot. Tarot of the She. Guardian Tarot. So that's Tarot of She and Guardian Tarot. And then we've got the Goddess Tarot. And Tarot of the Round Shape. Oh, they're both the Circle of Life Tarot, 1st and 2nd edition. This is my first ever Kelly bag, which has got my Creatures of the Magical Forest Tarot in it. This is one of the first decks that the Ancient Italian Tarot that we backed in metal and coloured, but it kind of went wrong because they clumped together. So every so often I have to break them apart. And then Elle, I forgot the name. Is this Hippie Chick or something like that? But when Elle came, the tarot meetup, we did some deck trades. I took this off her with the Tangi bought me the Frankenfurter duck. Down here, I'm going to go while I'm down this end. We've got the Everyday Enchantment 2nd edition, Enchanted Tarot, which we've just looked at as a Throwback Thursday. And then we have the Transparent Tarot. The Simple Tarot is also down there in the corner. And then each of these, again, have RWS decks in them, like Hoi Polloi, the one that was changed from Pam's to not having the dramatic colours. So that's in there. Crackleback, Universal, etc. Radiant, Albano. We've got the Lumina Tarot, which I love. The Minchiate Tarot and the Pamela Colman Smith. I'm going cross-eyed. I do apologise. Pamela Colman Smith Centennial. We've got the International Icons Tarot, which I adore. Centennial, etc., etc. The one that we use for Playdate, well, there's that version, and the one that's we use for Playdate, which is there. And Pam's Vintage. 6 to go. We've done 19. We're getting there. Okay. Oh, dear. We've got the new Marielle. I have that out because I use it quite a lot. So that doesn't go anywhere. It just sits out. All my tin decks are here. I'm not going to go through every one because I've got about 18 tin decks, I think. Let's take a few of these out just so we can see what we're looking at. So they're all tins across the bottom and across the top. So tarot in a tin. And then in here we've got things like, so dark. Well, we've got Practical Wisdom, the Brady Tarot, beautiful that was. The Modern Witch and the Christmas Tarot, which is a majors only deck, and it's not brilliant, to be honest. The Minchiate Tarot, we've got the Mini Universal Tarot, Universal Weight, which was done by what's her name? Her name's Mary Hanson Roberts, that's it. The gilded decks are all here, all the gilded decks that I've got. Good Tarot back there, Triple Goddess, Vision Quest, Cosmic Tarot, Wheel of the Year Tarot, Sun and Moon, Joy de Vive, Tarot del Fuego, Tarot of the Gnomes, Radiant, Aquarian Tarot, as well as the New Palladini, Mythic deck. There's probably more tucking behind, but anyway, there's lots of decks in there. Just pop them back. Not left space for the box. It's like Jenga sometimes, guys, doing this. Oh, look at this one. I can't even get in there. We have both the Antique Anatomy Tarot, the original and the new one that's come out recently. We have the Marigold Tarot. It's so dark in these cubby holes. I don't think you can put a light on your phone and record at the same time. But there's all sorts. Herbal tarot, kawaii tarot, reflection tarot, Napo tarot, Native American tarot. We've got I mentioned the one that was out at How Ideal, which was from Urban Outfitters, but this is the original Circo tarot as well. We've got Art of Life, Guardian Angel. We have, that's the Phantasmic Theatre tarot that's in the tin, the Scottish tin. And then we have things like, how beautiful that is, the Hughes tarot deck. That was the illuminated playing cards, which was the second version of the one there down below. Kelly showed that on her deck as one of the decks that she's going to be letting go of. There's the Thoth hidden away. Liz Dean's Golden Tarot is there as well. My other edition of Lumina Tarot. Yeah, and then in here, we have In Between, we have Dark Skies, lots of boxes and things. My Alice Tarot. There's the Philly Tarot that Justin sent. Mystical Fairy Tarot. That's the original box of the one that's in the bag by Linda Ravenscroft that I showed you. We have the Steampunk, the Victorian Steampunk Tarot. And then we have things like the Czech version of the what's it called? I've only just done it on my channel. Shadowscapes Tarot. And then we have the Witch's Tarot. That's the James Bond Tarot, also known as. And then we have like the Rabbit Tarot, which is so cute. Little Rabbit Tarot. And then we have the Alice original. I've got the premium one and then the standard, I should say, not the original, the standard. So that's in there. Down here are the Hermit's Cave Tarot, but I can't talk about them, so we'll move on from that. Lots of tarot. I'm gonna have to lie down flat on the floor just to get down there, and you can't see anyway. So, but there's the Gaian Tarot, Vampires Tarot, Bonestone. I wish. What is it called? That tarot tattoo deck. Bonefire. And then we have 8 Coins Tattoo Tarot as well. The Star Tarot, Wildwood Tarot, the Fluffy Bunny Tarot, which has the Hermit on it. And then we have the Tarot of the Dead, also with the Hermit on it, from the creator of Deck of the Bastard. She sent me them as gifts. The Byzantine Tarot. I never thought I'd do a live laying on the floor. This is a first. And I'm knackered. Okay. Nearly done. Here we have the Moonchild and the Star Child. We have Modern Witch, Gorgon's Tarot, Hoi Polloi, which has to lay flat, Shadowscapes, and Raven's Prophecy, Revelations Tarot. That's the one that has reversed and upright in the cards. Pop them there. And then last but not least, we have Sacred India. We have one of my favourite Mary L versions. And this was a box that Debbie made for me. It has the Emperor card on the front from Mary L, which is one of my favourite cards. I can't open it now, there we go. And it's got the gold gilded version. It's all wrapped up in this beautiful wrap, but that's the gold gilded and it's lined. This box is beautiful. So that's in there. And then I have some Tarot Sheet Revival decks. Oh, and there's a Bluestone Priscelli wand in this glass case that keeps them in there as well. And then, I'm not sure if there is, yes, I've got the Oracle cards that go with the Lumina, the Connected and Free 1 and 2, and then my original Lumina Tarot, which I edged in black. So this case here has all three together, Lumina, and then Connected and Free 1 and 2. I know I've missed lots that are crammed behind, but that is basically it, guys. Ow. So that's the Tarot Shelf. Tarot Shelf 2020. Anything else to share with you while I'm up before I go around? I'm sure there was something that I was going to mention. Oh, yes. So, one of the changes. This week, I've had to have a sprinkler system. Well, it was yesterday, fitted. Look at my trousers drying for work. Which means no more tarot wall. Because it won't fit. Because of this trunking, the tarot, you know the racks I have with a tarot on display, I mean, it's left some markings on the wall, as you see, as I took it down, because it did have to be kind of secured a little bit. It's gone. It's had to come down because if I hung it any lower, it would go down behind the unit. So it's had to go, I'm afraid. Tarot wall is no more. Let me turn this back round. Okay. Let's pop you back on the stand. Thanks for bearing with. Who makes those boxes beautiful? The wooden ones, are you referring to? Are you referring to the wooden ones? Because if it is, there was on a stall at the Christmas market. I did all that without coughing as well. Can you believe it? Love it. Thank you for sharing. You deserve a shot of whiskey after that. Just fell asleep, Simon, but I loved it. How can you love it if you fell asleep? Thank you. You crawled, you kneeled, you stretched. I laid flat at one point, and it's very dark. I've got all the lights on, but when you get down low, it's very dark. So I did the best I could, but that's it for another year. So hashtag Tarot Shelf, I started nearly 3 years ago. Well, not quite 3 years ago, because my channel is 3 years old in March. But it was towards the end of 2017 that I did it. And I started Tarot Shelf because I had a Tarot Shelf. Now I've got that going on. So, yeah. I'm out of breath. You could do a series of vids showing us a cubbyhole a week so that we could see everything. I could. I could. Was a fun shelf walkthrough. Hope you find the wall to hang your tarot shelf again. Bedroom wall. It's the same in the bedroom. Although I haven't got high units like an altar. But the trunking for the sprinkler system has gone all the way through the flat. Anyway, a couple of things that I do want to show. Firstly, probably not for today, because how long have we been on already? Yeah, an hour and 10 minutes. I've decided I'm going to learn Sibylla. So I ordered the deck and books. The deck and book, the book that accompanies this deck. And the deck has arrived today, but the book isn't arriving till tomorrow. So, yeah, I'll show them probably when they're together. But I soon found out that whilst this is a great version, it's not in keeping with the original. So I have ordered Il Meneghello's Sibylla, the 1890 original Sibylla, because I like it. I mean, I do have, I've just thought as well, I've got all that section of Oracle cards, but this is tarot shelf, so we're not doing Oracle today. I do have Kipper and Normand, and as much as I like them, I like the fact that these are kind of scenic with keywords that are reflecting moods or situations rather than just objects like key, whip, etc. So I think I'll be able to read with these a lot better because I learned to read cards with tarot, so therefore I like scenery. I like words that it kind of help me to read more intuitively. Thank you. Simon, the box on the bottom shelf you was given, it has a card on it. Oh yes, that was by the lovely Debbie who made it, and it's got the Marielle gold edged edition in there. You will like it. It's very accurate, I found. Yeah, I'm really looking forward to, and I did say, well, 2020 is going to be my year for learning Ogham, and it still is, but I also want to have a go at learning this. So I've got this, and then I've got the book coming and the Il Meneghello deck as well. I've also had arrived the Universal Celtic Tarot, which has been on my wish list forever. So I just thought I'll take it off. Probably one thing a month I'm going to take off my wish list. I do have the Celtic Tarot, you know, the Schlong deck that everybody refers to. But I'll probably do a walkthrough of that as well. But what I wanted to look at today is Patrick's deck. The Pocket Oracle, Mildred Payne's Pocket Oracle arrived yesterday. And then I just want to open this, which has been sent by Sandra. She popped it in the mail yesterday and said it's just something to cheer you up with feeling under the weather. It feels like an empty box. I've never known anything so light. It really does feel like there's nothing in there. And I messaged her and I said, have you sent me an empty box? She said, yes, I've sent you an empty box. I bet nobody's ever done that before and you haven't got one of them, have you? So I could be opening an empty box because she said it's just to put a smile on your face. So let's just have a look. I want the Schlong deck too. I just don't know why I haven't picked it up. It's a beautiful deck. I put it in a Throwback Thursday, but nobody voted for it. So it went back on the shelf. But I have done a walkthrough of it. Ooh. There's a little note, which I'll probably read. Oh, it's only a little note. I saw this and just thought of you. Plus I realised I haven't contributed to your duck collection 101. I hope it makes you smile. Lots of love, Sandra. That's why it's light. It's a little duck. Sandra, says Little Zenko. She's not here, is she? Is she here? I think she's still at work. No, she's not here. Didn't think she was. Brilliant. It's Zagduck. It's a Bowie duck. Me Ziggy. That's brilliant. Zagduck is the world's most famous collectible rubber duck, and this is Glam Rockstar. But I suppose they're probably not allowed to put that it's Ziggy Stardust. But yeah, it's It's our Ziggy. That's cool. Let's take him out because I want him on display. I know some people are like, oh, keep them in there, things. They'll be worth something. Not me. I'm like, if I get something, I want to use them. So I've just showed you Frank Duck, haven't I? My Frank Duck. Oh, it smells rich. That smells like when we used to have new lino down on the kitchen floor when I was a kid in the 70s. There we are. So we've got Ziggy. Ziggy Duck. Where can he go? Let's pop in there for now. Ziggy plays guitar. Thank you, Sandra. Really appreciate that. But that was Sandra. Does that guy have a store? Yeah. I have had somebody say to me once, are you that guy that runs the tarot shop? You do videos from your shop? I'm like, no, that's my home. Okay, so as I mentioned, I have my little box here for my Mildred Payne Secret Pocket Oracle. It's a box that I painted. It was just a plain colour box. And it's got this cute little wrap that Kelly did for me. It's got all the parchment papers with the information. I just love this feather, so I put that in there as well. Just felt right. There is a moonstone because it's deviant moon people that go in there as well. So I was really pleased because I was one of those people who said, oh, I do love this, but it is so diddy. I would love a playing card size one. Excuse me. Never actually thinking that there would be. I edged mine in black, but he has released one with all 88 or whatever many cards it was. And I'm just so thrilled. So I thought we could have a look at them and what the differences might be. And actually Robin messaged me this morning saying, which would have been his last night, do you plan on showing, have you got the Mildred Payne Pockets Oracle that's in the playing card size? And will you be considering showing it and doing a bit of a comparison? I said, I'm actually doing it today, Robin. And he messaged back saying, how synchronistic. So, let's break the box open. Okay. Excuse me. Simon, could you include a sample, simple reading with the cards? I would love to see how you read with them. Well, what I'll do is instead of pulling a tarot card at the end, we'll use this. I don't mind, yeah, doing that. I know I normally pull a tarot card, but I'm conscious of the time as well. I love that he always puts a little, thank you, Simon. And he's got both my tattoos. He knows what my 2 tattoos are because I asked for permission. So what he's done is we've got the flying skulls, which is there, and then the moon, which is there, and he's put them in and put thank you, Simon. Which when I order and do things online, I don't use that name, so he clearly knows who I am. Wow! Oh, look at this. There's a couple of extras. Firstly, there's the and I don't know who Mildred is because the marketing around this story is fantastic, but I wonder who the person is that's in all these pictures. But it says Mildred Payne, 1933. And that's at Fenwood Asylum. And then the advertisement there. And if you want to pause that, if you're interested in checking out the website, then that's what you do. But look what he's put in. He's put in a little piece of artwork that is done, and he's signed it, Patrick Valenza. Oh, and on the back it says Patrick Valenza 2015. So this is 5 years ago, and he's put it in this little protective sleeve. But wow, you can see all the detailed line work. Oh, I love that guy. So that's fantastic. That's going to have to go somewhere. I'll get a little frame or have it somewhere on my desk. That needs to go in a frame. Yeah, it's very diddy though, but I'm sure I'll find one. So here we have the deck. Wow, there's 113 people here. Hello, everybody. And if you've been dropping in while I was down on all fours or laying flat on the ground and said hello and I missed you, I do apologise. But welcome. Bear with. Okay. Oh, we've got the eye on the top, which is Becca's tattoo on her wrist that she had done when I was with her, when I visited her in Oxford. We've got Hag. I need to, I mean, these ones aren't going to be in any order, so I can't do a side by side, but I can show you size comparisons, talk about card stock and things like that, and probably line a couple up. They're packaged very well. I've got another one to try and get in here. Oh, they feel nice. Say there's 80 something cards. I mean, these are, it's a thick deck. These are going to have to be blacked later, the edges. So we have Mildred Payne's Secret Pocket Oracle, and then the story behind. So here, in 2017, asylum workers discovered an old hospital gown hidden in the wall. Mildred was written on the inside collar. Upon further examination of the garment, the workers were surprised to find a tiny pocket sewn into the underside containing a crude yet mysteriously handmade oracle. The following deck is an exclusive reproduction of Mildred Payne's Secret Pocket Oracle, and you can find out more at www.deviantmoon.com/mildred.htm. And then we have another picture of Mildred. Wow, and the card stock is really good. These are the backs, which are beautiful. Now my backs, I bought them in stages as they came out, so mine do vary because a lot of mine made a map. Part of it made up a different parts of a map. But then the later editions, like card number 72, which is Owl, had the new backs, which is the backs now on this one. So I'm going to show you card 5 because card 5 will give you a comparison. So card 5 is Boy. And here's the original. So you can see the size difference between the two. There is a slight change in coloration, shading. This one is more like a tan, whereas this one's more of a grey brown. It's not a huge difference. Oh, but cardstock is amazing on both. So to compare this with, let's see, playing card. Let's go with Royal Mischief playing cards whilst we're on Diva Moon phase. That's the Royal Mischief mass produced by US Games. So here we have a playing card. They're the same size as a playing card. So hopefully that's helpful in terms of knowing sizes, etc. So let's have a look. I'll just go through them because we've only got a few minutes left. Can you jump to the back and tell the highest number of the cards? 88, Robin. It's an 88 card deck, so it's the full deck. So previously, this one was released in stages, and then when you bought things like the Mildred Payne's in Black Enchantment, you got like an extra 2 cards and different things, you got extra cards, and it built up. That's why there's all different kinds of is Jen still in the room? That's why there's all different parts of interpretations. Sorry, she says. We do laugh. I mean, of course it's not Jen, but we have to blame somebody. Okay. So if you haven't seen these before, where have you been? What rock have you been living under? Because, as I say, they've been out for about 3 years, the original ones. A love hag. A girl. We'll go through them quite quickly because obviously there's 88 cards to go through. Devil is a favourite of mine. We have blood. I love this ear as well. It's an ear, but it's got that question mark in the centre. You know, what is it that we need to listen to? The eye. Heart. I just find these so easy to read. They are easy to read. I love them. We have all the elements, so we have fire and water. And cards that we see in the tarot like sun and moon. And cards that you'd see in Lenormand like key. Cat. Simon, what are your thoughts? Which one do you like better? It's too early to say, Robert. I've literally just opened it. I would want to work with them. But this is a more easier size for me to work with, because when I'm working with this deck, I do drop them very easily because it is Diddy. And I've got very big hands. So... and they're both the same. It's just the only difference is size. Cardstock, quality, everything is there. It's literally about, it's all about size. If we're talking about preference, I suppose. The only card I think if I was ever to pull that, it would be telling me just to confront my fears. Isn't that a saying? It's not about size. In some cases it is. Shouldn't be. Here's one for RL. RL's had a new little pet today, and we're trying to find a name. My suggestion was Hermie. Can we get rid of the, thank you, bell, broom, we've got a chalice, fish. Yes, a new family member, Jen. We're proud grandparents. Greg gets mine. Greg gets me every time. No, not Jake. Jada. I'm not going with Jake. Jake's a bit naff. I love all the blood splats and blood stains as well. But this has turned out, I mean, there was some criticism, wasn't there, about, oh, you know, I bought the first deck, now there's more coming and more, and we've got to buy more products. He even gave some free. He just said, anybody want an extra card? Just let me know. And he sent them out, you know, free of charge, all around the world. And I thought that was amazing. But I love the fact, because when I heard that there was a playing card size, I was very excited, but then I thought, well, what if he's just going to do the original ones? But he hasn't. It's released all 88. So it's shaped up to be a really substantial deck. I mean, how many Oracle decks do you buy where you get 88 cards and they are really good quality? The thing about all of Patrick's decks are it's the quality. The quality is guaranteed, as well as having a really nice service. I've never had any issues. Pipe. Call him Patrick. Axe. Frog. The thing I love about them is they're so straightforward. They're not busy. No, they're not. If you pulled foot, you really have to think, don't you? I mean, you have got the cheat sheets, the prompts and things, but I seldom look at that. I mean, if I pull feet, I just think 444. Arrow. Kitty. Dove. I'm starting now. It's getting to the evening. Beautiful dove card. Look at that. Antidote. 444. Star. So we do have the sun, moon and star. What's that? Patrick Simon von Jennifer Tarot Dogbert III. That's a bit of a mouthful. Feather. Beautiful owl. And that's the one that's on the top here. Again, if you're just coming in and you want a size comparison. Oh. Hi, Jen. Both got the same backs. Oh. Diamond. They do look lighter. Yeah, they are a little bit lighter. If I look away, it happens. If I pay attention, it happens. Comet. That doesn't, I mean, that doesn't look like a comet. It looks like a star that's going supernova or something. Shield. Scourge. The star looked like it was dancing. Yeah, its feet on fire. Wish. Ratrick. Volcano. And then we have Scarab. So that's the 88 cards. Yeah, let's see how, oh, they shuffle. They shuffle like a dream. It is hard to shuffle the mini, to be honest. When I try, they just end up everywhere. But these shuffle so easily. Are those last two new ones? Was there some new ones being added? If so, then yes. So Scarab and... See, the others, my little one's not in order, so maybe it did go to 86. Hi, Kay. Ratrick. What future Oracle deck reviews are coming? Oracle decks. I have ordered something that's an Oracle. What did I order that's an Oracle deck? Oh, it's on Kickstarter. The one that Kelly Bear mentioned, which is augmentative, where you get an app and the cards come alive. I forgot the name of it now. Set in London. I've ordered that, which is an Oracle deck. But it's mainly tarot here, although this is an Oracle deck. Okay, our message then. What do we need to focus on? We have broom. Broom. Be careful of the corners. The first thing that comes into my mind is new brooms, sweep clean. Now, I can read this one of two ways, really. First one is you need to pay particular attention to ensuring that you're getting things in order, okay? So it's a time to, you know, really make sure that everything that you've been putting off, you're addressing, you're tackling things, you're giving things a good clean out, you're prioritizing and really focusing on making sure that the space that is around you is conducive to where you want to be in life. That you haven't got that excess baggage, you haven't got that kind of clutter. So the broom actually declutters. It kind of clears a space so that it's more conducive for your overall well-being. The second thing that I want to say as well is it could relate to a work situation whereby, you know, again, that saying of a new broom sweeps clean. Maybe you've got somebody coming in who's going to be a new boss and you're kind of fearful about changes that might be afoot. Or maybe you have been given a promotion and you've got the task at hand of having to sort the wheat from the chaff and make sure that you've got a team that's efficient and slick and has the vision that you have for where you want to take the company or your company. But the broom card to me indicates changes. It's about making sure you're getting into the corners as well, that you're not leaving any stones unturned, that if you're going to have this cleansing process, this decluttering process, then you're thorough. And if it is a boss that's coming in and you're worried or you're fearful, then just remember that every boss wants to take people with them on their vision. So whilst it might be hard, try and form a relationship with that person, try and see things from their way, and, you know, try and get what it is that they see, what their vision is, and work with them together in harmony and in partnership. So there you go. How long? Oh, 100 minutes. I've gone a little bit over. So thank you for being here. I'm glad I've been able to get through it without a coughing fit. I've still got a little bit of tea left as well. Forgive the shakiness of the tarot shelves and the darkness and things, but I think you've got the idea. I was thinking today I might not be able to fill the whole time. And these were kind of things that I could have showed you, but they'll come a little bit later. Like I said, when I've got the book and the Il Meneghello deck, I'll do those all together. 6 o'clock, so in about 20 minutes time, remember Dan from Payne will be on doing his live as well. I don't know if Kelly's going live tonight. She hasn't been live. I don't think she was live last week. Tomorrow's tarot play date that Jen does as well. I'll be at my parents' tomorrow, but I should be back in time, hopefully, for that. So I'll see people there too. And then remember, Wednesday is the over on Kelly Bear's channel, the collaboration between Kelly Bear and Becca from Intuition Tarot on their Literary Witches series starts. So yeah, and there's Dan. See you all there, guys. So you can actually click on his name and that will take you to his channel, and I'll see you there too in 20 minutes time. Thanks for being here today. Thanks for all your support. Thank you to the mods for dealing with trolls and everything else. It's been lovely to see everybody. An amazing turnout, and yeah, thank you. Until next time, guys, go in peace. Namaste and blessed be.